Hello everyone, TP here, and today I will finally be ranking my favorite season of the show, Season 3. Now, some of you may know me as a person who loves Season 3 the most out of any other season. Well, the reason for that is that Season 3, it just has so many bangers in the list, and I'm very excited to look at it. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get into the ranking list of my favorite season. Percy James and the Fruitful Day. Good crash and good music, but I have several questions. 1. What's with the title change? 2. Why is Thomas so forced at the end? 3. Why does Percy just push James's train and not pull it? And not to mention he doesn't have a brake van with him. And 4. What is it with conveniently jammed points being done for the sake of making a crash happen? I don't know. I just don't know the answer to those. 4 out of 10. The Trouble with Mud. This episode just doesn't sit right with me. And, like, Gordon doesn't want to be clean for some baffling reason. And I feel I think the plot lines of, like, Gordon wanting to be clean and James taking the Express, aka, like, basically doing the adaptation of Leaves from the Railway series, which is meant to take place after Off the Rails, is just a bit weird, and they don't connect at all. Like, if you like this, that's fine. I'm just saying my personal preference here. 5 out of 10. One good turn. Bill and Ben are in character, but the spat about the turntable was just weird to me, honestly. And this episode just had a very anticlimactic ending. I know lots of people have pointed that out, but I thought I'd join the club and point it out for you guys too. So, one good turn, not really a good episode, but it's just alright. 5 out of 10. Thomas gets bumped. This episode was just boring and nothing really happens other than Thomas leaves his branch line, Birdie takes over, and Thomas comes back. That's it. But the music was still good, and I mean, the episode was alright still. I like Thomas and Birdie in this episode. A lot. 5 out of 10. Tender engines. Henry getting the sludge tenders at the end was funny, but the episode was a bit boring, and for some reason Gordon doesn't recognize his brother for some reason, and Diesel appears, which is inconsistent, but that's another problem with another episode that I'll talk about. And overall, the story was just kind of clunky to me. 6 out of 10. I still like the ending. It kind of saves the episode. Thomas and Percy's Christmas Adventure. I would have placed this episode higher if it didn't get ruined in the US dub, which is a shame. But still, the winter setting is great, and the premise was actually pretty good. And I do like Thomas and Percy's friendship here. It's very well handled. 7 out of 10. Bulgy. Bulgy is a good character, but I wish the episode had a little more action in it. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still good. The scene with Bulgy and the bridge was cool, I guess. And the episode is just good overall. 7 out of 10. Diesel does it again. Good premise, but I wish Diesel didn't return and instead have, like, Bill and Ben or someone. I have no idea. Okay, maybe Bill and Ben might not work. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you could have introduced, like, a new character if you wanted to, but honestly, that would just be a waste of money. And, like, I get that you wanted to return Diesel, but I feel it was a bit too early. But still, this episode is good. 7 out of 10. Oliver owns up. This episode was actually really good. Oliver falling in the turntable well was funny, and overall, this is just a good episode in general. I don't really have much to say about it. 8 out of 10. Time for Trouble. Other than this episode being a bit of a mess with transitioning from Gordon to James and James to Toby, it was still enjoyable. Toby and James are both in character, and the ending with James' sarcastic laugh will never get old. 8 out of 10. Edward, Trevor, and the Really Useful Party. I liked this episode mainly for it being a road-focused episode, and it has, like, all three road vehicles. I also like how Edward is put into the episode, and originally Diesel was in the episode, but I'm glad they cut it because, well, That would have been another inconsistency of Diesel being on Sodor without the reason being explained. So I'm glad they cut it on that part. And it's also very relaxing and very relatable as well. And I do kind of get why people would dislike it, but personally, I just like it because, like, it features all the road vehicles and it's a road-focused episode. 9 out of 10. Trust Thomas. I like this episode purely for the crash, because, well, it never fades away from my mind, and the toad at the end, the toad at the end was funny. And I don't have much to say about this episode. Like, basically, it adapts an Andrew Brenner story and an Audrey story. Like, and it actually turned out pretty well. Like, I don't have much to say on it. Like, it was actually great. 9 out of 10. Mavis. Mavis is a great character, and she's a nice opposite to Toby. And her getting stuck on the crossing was funny. And Diesel appears, which I can get over in the span of a second, even though it's still an inconsistency. But like I said, I can get over that. Still, this episode is great. 9 out of 10. Percy's Promise. Percy overcoming a flood is awesome, and the storm theme along with the scene is undeniably fantastic. And this episode is just great overall. Just wasn't as good as Edward's exploit in my opinion. 9 out of 10. A Scar for Percy. Great snow setting and great crash, and I don't think I have any problems with the episode. It's just overall a great and relaxing episode. 9 out of 10. Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon. The opening scene is great, and the scene with Henry passing through with his goods train is something that I really love. And the nighttime scenes are fantastic, and the spookiness of the dragon was very well done. Like, I'm not kidding, this is a 10 out of 10 episode. Like, I love it. I love it. Toby's Tightrope. Toby and Mavis are very well handled in this episode, and the scene with Toby dangling off the edge of the bridge was very intense, and I love it. And Mavis rescuing Toby was great to see, and it felt like she had truly redeemed herself. Overall, this episode is just fantastic. 10 out of 10. Heroes. The beginning was great, the epic build-up to the rock slide was intense, the rock slide sequence itself was very masterful, and I love this episode, and I feel no one talks about this one. At least, I believe so, as far as I know. But yeah, 10 out of 10. This episode just needs more appreciation. I just wish people would love it more. No Joke for James. This is a great way to explain how not to get what you want. And that is by tricking others. I mean, of course, that's a way to that's not how to get what you want. And this episode just needs more love and appreciation overall. But, again, I don't have much to say about it. 10 out of 10. Just a fantastic episode. I wish people loved this one more, just like Heroes. All at Sea. A bit overrated, but still, it's fantastic. It teaches a great moral, and that ending shot will always make me happy in the end. But other than that, I don't really have that much to say about it, other than great moral, and again, the last shot is fantastic. I love it. 10 out of 10. Henry's Forest. Henry being a gentle giant is just heartwarming. The forest location looks beautiful, and overall just a fantastic episode, and it's really fun to watch. And you do feel sorry for Henry when the trees get destroyed in the high winds in the night before. 10 out of 10. I just love this episode, and I'm pretty sure everyone else will agree with me on that. Thomas, Percy, and the Post Train. This episode has the greatest nighttime visuals I have ever seen. The scenes with Harold are brilliant, and this is just the best episode with Thomas and Percy as the main lead characters. 10 out of 10. I love this one. Buzz Buzz. The bee stinging James was hilarious, along with that "ee" from the narrators are like those were hilarious as well. This is honestly just the funniest episode of the season. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest. I really just love it for for it being the funniest episode of the season. 10 out of 10. Gordon and the Famous Visitor. This is honestly, in my opinion, the best Gordon episode of the show, and the scene with him losing his dome is something I will never forget. City of Truro was nice to see, and overall it was just a banger entirely from start to end. 10 out of 10. Donald's Duck. This episode has the best premise with Donald befriending a duckling. And when I mean best premise is, this has, like, the best premise of the entire season. Well, for those of you who don't know what premise is, I'm pretty sure it's plot. I think. And ducking his branch line was great to see, and the seaside sets are just so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh, but this couldn't top out number 1. And that number 1 spot is going to Escape. Oh my god. This episode is awesome. The escape with Oliver and Toad is epic. The music is incredibly awesome and iconic. And it's music I will never forget. And them almost getting caught is genuinely quite frightening. And the setup was a great add-on to the adaptation. Man, I love this episode. Like, the shots are incredible as well. Like, that morning shot when Douglas, Oliver, and Toad make it past the border onto Sodor. Oh, that's just beautiful. I love it. It's one of the best shots in the entire show. Or, if not the best shot in the entire show. 10 out of 10. This episode gets the easy first place victory on this list. And that would be my ranking for Season 3. If you wonder why there are so many 10 out of 10s in this ranking list, it's because this is my favorite season of the show. I now just realized as I was reading the script, I may have just done the inverse of what I just told you guys at the beginning. Like, why this is my favorite season of the show, because there's so many 10 out of 10s, and I just basically did the opposite. Oh, what a coincidence. So I hope you guys enjoyed the ranking video, and I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.